Today on the Matt and Ann Show, we welcome Super Bowl champ, national champion, Pro Bowler, Bryant McKinnie. Welcome to the show, Bryant.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I just want to start off. You were on the legendary 2001 Miami Hurricanes team. What was that experience like? Memories from that team, and do you think that team alone could have won a Super Bowl in the pros?
Yeah, I definitely think so. What that experience was like was it was a bunch of young guys who wanted to come in to Miami. Miami was just coming off of probation, and everybody wanted to come in and make a difference at the school. We had a lot of guys who were before us who would come back and tell us what it was like to be in the league and how things went, and it made us, inspired us to want to be better and make it to that next level. At the time, did we know that we were going to be what we became? Not at all. We were just a team that was looking to win a national championship and figure out how, to do this, together, like figure out what it takes. Because the year before, my junior year, we lost one game and ended up not playing the national championship. And a team that we actually beat, they went and played and they lost. So the only time we'd have cheered for them would have been that national championship game so we could split it. So our whole motto going into my senior year was controlling your own destiny. And we basically just knew we couldn't lose 0 games because losing 1 knocked us out. So we just knew we had to go undefeated. So that was like, our whole motto was controlling our own destiny my senior year.
That's amazing.
Me and wow. Do you have a favorite memory? Maybe a favorite game or a favorite moment
from your career?
Yeah.
Say that again?
Do you have a favorite memory or moment from your pro career?
From my pro career was definitely, I'm going to say that getting drafted. So getting drafted and going to the Minnesota Vikings was definitely a big moment for me, but then also winning the Super Bowl because it was year 11 for me. I came close, getting to the championship games. The year before, I was in the AFC championship game, and then 2009, I was in the NFC championship game. So just getting so close, 2 different times, and then finally making it and winning. So, I mean, that was a big thing. And that was, that's part of the reason why everybody plays is to be in a situation or position to win a Super Bowl.
What was that 09 team like? Because that was the year Brett Favre came in. And
right.
Basically, you guys were an interception away from going to that Super Bowl. I really thought you guys had it that year.
I thought we did too. I feel like if we'd have went to the Super Bowl, we'd have won. That probably was the best team that I was a part of. It was definitely the best team and the best record I had as a Minnesota Viking. It was a great team that kind of formed around the quarterback. At that time, I feel like everyone's playing for Brett, and coaching didn't really have to do much because we all bought in and supported Brett and we didn't want to let him down. So you have situations like that because I feel like even when I got to Baltimore, it became a period of time where we all were playing for Ray Lewis. So that was a big thing, having Brett Favre come on the team and go on 12-4 and making it to the NFC Championship and having 5 turnovers and still in it, so still in position to win the game on the road.
One of that like I'm working with a guy like Brett Favre.
What was that experience like playing with a guy like Brett Favre?
Brett Favre was a great addition to the team. Like I said, everyone kind of rallied behind him, wanted to have his back. And we went out there and played, great. He made some great executive times in the middle of the game. And how we went so far.
You were behind Adrian Peterson a lot. What was that like being with Adrian? Because I think he's one of the greatest running backs of all time. Where do you rank Adrian? Because you're a big help in the reason to how great he became.
Oh, I definitely think he was definitely the best, or at least one of the best running backs I've ever blocked for. He might be the best. He may be the best running back that I play with. He was a great person to have on your team. Very competitive. He didn't say much. He just went out there and handled business.
And then any player in the league that you didn't work with that you would like to work with?
Was there any player in the league that you didn't get a chance to work with that you would like to work with?
Well, honestly, everyone I played with was probably meant for me to play with them, and I'm glad I did. But I played with like a lot of great guys, as teammates.
You played for the Vikings, Ravens, and Dolphins. Do you still follow those teams? And what was your thoughts on their last season?
Yeah, actually, I do. Actually, I go to a lot of the Dolphin home games. Two of my friends are minority owners, so they're not here a lot, so I use their suite. So I go to a lot of those games. I do a weekly podcast for the Vikings called Believe in Vikings for a company called Believe. So I have to follow the Vikings. And then the Ravens, my nephew was playing for the Ravens for the past 4 years. Basically, I follow the teams I play for. I don't really follow everyone else until like the playoffs.
Where can we find your podcast?
BLEAV, Believe is like the company.
Okay.
You can go on like their Instagram or wherever, and they'll tell you how to get to it. But it's like on, like Spotify and all those other things. But just go to their website, and they'll tell you exactly how to get to. Because there's a whole bunch of different sports podcasts through that company, and I cover the Vikings with a couple other writers.
That's all. What do you think about them this upcoming year? You think they're going to have a good year?
New coaching, new general manager, and everybody's trying to make change and be excited. So I think they should have a decent year. I'm actually hosting a travel event for a company called EG Tours, where we're going to go to London for the game against New Orleans, October 2nd.
That's awesome.
What is on how money coming back out of retirement?
What's your thoughts on Tom Brady coming out of retirement after his 30 days where he did retire?
I just guess he's not ready to, really hang his hat up and feels like he has more gas in the tank. So, I mean, that's kudos to him. It's still, in your 40s. Feel like you can get out there and still play at a high level.
Do you believe he's the greatest of all time?
Yeah, what made me a believer is how he was able to switch. Everybody kind of gave Belichick being the greatest, but clearly, like when he left, New England didn't go to the playoffs that season, and he left, and he was able to take a whole nother team to the Super Bowl and win. So I feel like you definitely got to give him that crown.
You were telling us you go to a lot of Miami Dolphins games. It's going to be Tua's third year in the league. Do you think this is the year he takes hold of the Miami Dolphins and makes it his team? Or do you think they're going to go another direction after this year?
I think they'll give him a chance this year to see improvement and things, but he, at this point, should, start to be able to settle down and be able to see, be able to recognize things faster and be a little more productive. Because if not, I don't feel like they'll hang in there for too much longer to see what he can do.
Do you have any Super Bowl predictions?
It's hard to have Super Bowl. I mean, I haven't even seen a preseason game, and it's hard to do that because there's injuries along the way. Like, I feel like it's based on how people are playing in December,
Right.
Because that's when the rhythm starts, and they get the ball going in December, get on the streak, and they carry it over to the playoffs. So this early, no, nobody can ever predict. You didn't think the Bengals was going to the Super Bowl like this time last year, so you can never predict that.
We'll go with this one. What is a sleeper team you have though for this year that you think can surprise people like the Bengals did last year?
I don't know, because like I say, I follow mainly the 3 teams I played for.
Yeah.
So I don't really pay attention unless it's like the game week. I'll kind of figure out what it is they've been up to, but I don't really follow these teams too much, except the 3 teams I play with.
One of my final questions for you is, you said you're a podcast for the Vikings. What's it like getting to watch Justin Jefferson every week?
It's very exciting. He's coming as a rookie and set some records, and it's been very exciting. At a young age, he's become a vocal person, and that's because the plays he's made. So he has the ability to do so. But they're definitely exciting and adds another element to the offense, and helps Dalvin Cook out as well. So I think he's a great addition.
Can you help know more than that? Be doing podcast, maybe a TV show or anything like that.
On the podcast?
Could you see yourself doing anything other than a podcast, like maybe a TV show, an analyst?
Right. Yeah. So at one point prior to COVID, I was doing something here in South Florida on CBS called Sports Desk, which was a Sunday night wrap-up show. And I pretty much kind of just gave my insight and opinion on, the topics, because it was a sports show. So it was basically after the Dolphin games and things like that. And then I used to travel out to LA and do some of the sports shows out there as well. So I could see myself getting back into that, because of COVID, it slowed things down. So with CBS, I wasn't the main employee. So we had to start cutting back on who could enter the building. But I could see myself getting back into it because I'm pretty knowledgeable, and they actually have everything kind of lined up for you as far as facts and everything on your card. So it's not like you got to do a lot of work, but just kind of giving you input and insight on games.
That's awesome. And we want to thank you for joining us today. Your
No
insight's
problem.
been amazing. It was an absolute honor. I grew up watching the Hurricanes, so getting a chance to interview was a complete honor. Do you have anything you want to advertise and put out there so people can go check it out?
They can go check out my company. We partnered with Comcast called Let's Chat, LETZCHAT.com. They can go there. There's a language translation company. We do websites. We do real-time translation. We do voice. We do text, SMS, text messaging. We do it all pretty much in language translation. And we about to implement it in University of Miami. We have NFL as our client, so we do their Game Pass next. And then for this season, so it's our second season with them. We do stuff for McDonald's, Bojangles, and we're soon going to be with NBC, Golf, WWE, and a couple other companies. So looking forward to that growing even more.
That's absolutely awesome. Everyone go check that out. Bryant McKinnie, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Bryant.
Oh, thank you for having me.